Welcome to my channel. A1 Lorry Crash 2021. It was a warm summer's evening on July 15, 2021. David Douglas and his partner Elaine Sullivan were also on the A1, heading home to see him. On the same carriageway, Paul Mullen was heading back home to Washington. It was set to be a normal drive home for everyone, but at 5:15 p.m., everything would change. Traffic had come to a standstill up ahead, after a spillage of handbrake fluid. A lorry being driven by Niku Onut was on the same carriageway, traveling at around 58 miles per hour. He failed to see the stationary traffic ahead. His lorry, which was carrying fertilizer, plowed into the stationary traffic ahead of him. People who looked in their mirrors noticed a lorry coming up upon them at some speed. They came to the realization that this lorry wasn't going to stop in time. The lorry plowed into David and Elaine's car, which sparked a fireball. The lorry also plowed into Paul Mullen's vehicle, causing it to be crushed against another lorry. The lorry continued to hit other cars, before it came to a stop on the central reservation 100 meters away. Michael Hosty, another lorry driver who saw the crash, managed to get Niku out of his wrecked cab. Niku was not badly hurt in the crash, and was shocked and dazed at what had just happened. Police on the scene claimed that when they reached the crash, it looked like a bomb had gone off. People were shocked and dazed at what had just happened. The police at the time didn't know what the lorry was carrying, and when they did, got people away from the lorry, in the fear the lorry would explode because of what it was transporting. Instantly, they knew there were fatalities at the scene from the wreckage. Sadly, at first, they were unaware of the car that had been crushed under the lorry, as it was so unrecognizable. Paul Mullen was identified as deceased at the scene. David and Elaine could not be identified at first. They would be identified after their deceased dog was found in the road, and the dog's microchip led officers to its owners. Sadly, police now had the tragic task of letting family members know that their loved ones had been killed in the crash. Niku, the driver of the lorry, was in a state of confusion at the scene, and was being taken care of by paramedics. As routine, police confiscated his mobile phone, unaware of what they would find. At the time, they were unsure of why the lorry hadn't stopped. Had there been a lapse in attention? Had he fallen asleep? Was there a problem with the lorry? Police checked Niku's mobile phone, and disturbingly found that he had been using his mobile while he had been driving, and at the time of the crash. They found he had been flicking through dating websites, and updating his profile, all while driving, and paying no attention to what was going on ahead of him. Niku was from Romania, but living here in Galashiels, in the Scottish borders. He was arrested at the scene, and notified that he had caused 3 deaths in the crash. He was charged with causing death by dangerous driving. He was jailed for 8 years and 10 months, and disqualified from driving for more than 14 years. He claimed that after seeing the dash cam footage, he was left totally destroyed at what he had done, and he was so sorry. He said he would never forget what he had done. Sadly, 3 innocent people, just making their way home, did not make it back that evening, and would leave their families destroyed at the loss of their loved ones. Unfortunately, police have said that even after this crash, and the coverage online, people still continue to use their mobile phones while driving. Footage from the crash and its aftermath is now being used during training of HGV drivers, and was approved by the families of the 3 victims in the hope it will educate other HGV drivers of the dangers of using phones. Our hearts go out to the families of David, Elaine, and Paul. May your loved ones always be remembered. Sadly, with the continued use of people using mobile phones while driving, these tragic types of accidents continue to occur. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel to view other content.